Hello. Um, this nation, the United States of America, is in a place where it's really thirsty for men of God to come in and bring in the authentic, unadulterated Word of God. There is such a thirst in the land. Revivals started here. By started, I mean just the major ones that went into the world. And this is a major, major evangelistic nation. Missions that came out of America into the world. However, there's such a turn in the expression of Christianity in this land, and there is such a need for people to come in, for pastors who have been groomed to come in and bring back what was here. However, I have a warning to those who God has marked to come into this country. One, you cannot defraud the system and think you can be effective in the same system. If God is calling you to America, trust Him to give you the papers, trust Him to give you the right documents to operate here. Don't come and defraud this system and think that God will use you in that system. Even if God will want to use you, the principalities of the land, the adversary himself, will take that matter to the courtrooms of heaven, and you will be accused. Satan will be like, this man came and broke the law. This man defrauded the system. This woman defrauded the system, and now he wants to kick me out from this system. You see, that case in the courtrooms of heaven will be a difficult one. And so while God is merciful, I'd rather advise you from the onset that if God is calling you to this nation, trust Him, believe Him, let Him open the doors for you, and do something that is clear according to the law. Because the number one thing that Satan will do when he knows you're being called here, he will want to discredit you in front of your Father. And all he has to do is cause you to sin and cause you to go away from the ways of God. So there's one thing: don't defraud the system and think you will impact the system with the gospel. It doesn't work like that. It's an old trick of the devil. He will use it. He will use it to cause you to come in here and sin. And then number two is sexual sin. This is also very prevalent here, in the sense that the atmosphere is a little bit more open for expressions of sexual sin, and so be careful. Be very, very careful as a man or a woman of God that is sent into this land. The number one place that Satan gets men and women of God in sexual sin, and especially for some men who come here and their spouses have to come because of just issues of immigration and all that. For you to stay here and be pure and be clean, it will take the grace of God. It will take the grace of God. Likewise for women. I've talked to women who came here and they left their men back home and they fell. Men, they fell, because this society is a little bit more open to expressions of sexual desires. And so what am I saying here is that if you have been sent here, if you're listening to me, you sense God is sending you to America, or you have been sent, two things. One, don't defraud the system. It will be hard for you. Satan will play that card. Listen, in the meantime, you might defraud the system, start the church, and it starts growing, but Satan will always have a card in his hand, and the day he plays it, it's going to be really, really bad. Number two, sexual sin. I mean, you might come here passionate. You might come here with, fire. But you see, Satan will plant a lady or a man around you and with all kinds of access to sexual material, which is online. You'll find yourself getting down those lanes and won't be very good. Listen, we as pastors still tread with integrity, purity, and holiness. those are the places where our power lies in purity, in being pure before God. And if you're impure before God, Satan will accuse you in front of him. And those court cases sometimes are very difficult to handle. I hope you get wisdom. Bless you.